In this video, I'm going to share with you how we decreased the ACoS from 53% down to 33% in less than 60 days for one of our clients' account. And I will share with you 3 simple steps you can implement right now to quickly reduce your ACoS, and I'm really confident that this can really help you if you're struggling with ACoS. Who I am, I'm Stefano Pretto, CEO at Nomad. We manage over $2 million of Amazon ad spend every single month, and we make this video to share with you what we are doing for our amazing clients so you can do the same for your own brand. And if you're selling more than $50,000 a month on Amazon, you can apply for a free advanced audit of your account. Just check the link in the description, no strings attached. We do this to give value to the people, but we limit this to 5 people a month. And now, let's get started. Okay, here are the results of this account. So as you can see here, the ACoS was around 52%, and after 60 days, we were around 34%. We started working with them during December, and right now is around 33%. So again, ACoS is not everything in an account. A lot of people say that, and I agree with them. But again, in this video, we are going to talk about how we can decrease this amount. So the first step we want to do, we want to analyze all our campaigns. I know that is a very simple advice, but what we notice across all our clients that most of them, they don't know what's happening in the advertising console. And so what we want to do, we want to analyze all our campaigns. And to do that, I would suggest to use these filters. So the first filter we want to use, we want to select filter by active status, enable, filter by says equal to 0. So what we are going to do now, we are going to analyze all the campaigns that are enabled with sales equal to 0 within the data range lifetime. So we want to see across all our data range. So since we started spending on Amazon, what are the campaigns that spend money but didn't get any order? So this account is already optimized, so we have only $72 of wasted ad spend, and all these campaigns are test campaign. So we don't have much, but please check for your account and see how many campaigns are spending with no orders. And the question you should ask yourself is, why these campaigns are spending and not getting orders? Is because are these new campaigns, or because we didn't get enough clicks, or we don't know why these campaigns are running? And if you don't know why the campaigns are enabled and are spending with no orders, you should take action on that. You should go inside the campaigns, evaluate the keyword, evaluate the search term, and if you think that this campaign should not run, you should stop them. But what you want to avoid, you don't want to select all of them and pause them. That is something you don't want to do. You want always to evaluate your campaigns, evaluate their performance, evaluate their keyword, and then take action. And as you can see, like in this account, we don't have much, but if I remove enable, look at this. Look at this, like we got like all these campaigns with 57 clicks. They spent almost $300 with no order, and they were still running with a quite high impression. So this is what we think you will see in the account if and this is obviously increasing your ACoS. If you stop this campaign that are getting 0 order, your ACoS will drastically improve. But again, you don't want to stop all of them. You want to be careful about that. Okay, so this is the first step. So analyze your campaigns, analyze campaigns with 0 order. Within the same step, we want to analyze another thing, which are all our campaigns that are spending the most. So you need to select the last 7 days. So we suggest to analyze the last 7 days because the last 7 days is the shortest. You can analyze yesterday data range as well, but we prefer last 7 days. So we can have a clear picture on what's going on the account right now. And for example, here, what we want to do, we want to analyze all these campaigns and we want to ask ourselves, why are we running this campaign? And what is doing this campaign for my account? So if we see, especially the top 10 campaigns in terms of ad spend they have a very high ACoS, or we don't know what they're doing, we should be 100% aware on what these campaigns are spending on and what are the search terms of these campaigns. So what I would suggest for each of these campaigns, go inside the campaign, so open them in a new tab. So here we have the tab. Analyze placement. So the first thing we want to always to do is placement. Are we optimizing the placement? look at this. Here I can see that the client optimized for top of search, which is great. So we're spending most of this is going to top of search, which is the goal of the campaign, which is good. I see that we're a bit wasting money on PDP, but it's not much compared to the total amount of ad spend, which is good. And now what we want to do, we want to go inside the campaign. So here we have the keyword. So I see we have 490 targets, but we have in total, only 22 targets enabled. And I can see that only one target is spending the most. So, and I see it as an exact match. So this keyword, I see it's relevant for the client, for the account. And so we want to keep spending on this keyword. And one other thing you can do, you can go under search term and select if you're spending on the right search term. So you can always sort by spend and see if all the search terms make sense. If some of these search terms don't make sense, click this and add as negative keyword. So in that way, you will stop spending on that search term. So this is what we want to do for each campaign spending the most in our account. We want to be 100% aware of what are doing these campaigns. And if we see any problem, we fix the problem. Because most of the time for our clients, we are not aware of the problem. So especially for the campaigns that are spending the most, we want to be aware of our problem. Okay, so we did this filter. So last 7 days, sorted by spend, analyze the top spending campaigns. Another filter we want to use is ACoS. So we want to use ACoS. So our current ACoS is 43 for the last 7 days. So we want to use the double of that amount, so 80%. So what are the campaigns that are spending the most? Always sorted by ad spend, because this is the metric we care the most. And check all these campaigns with quite high ACoS. Why do we have such a high ACoS? There is a reason why we have such a high ACoS, or can we improve something? So that is what we want to do at the campaign level. So if you use these three filters, so campaigns with zero order, campaigns that are spending the most, so sorted by spend in the last 7 days, campaigns that spend the most with a high ACoS, and you evaluate the campaigns and you improve the campaigns, I'm sure you can find some wasted ad spend. Okay, so this is the first step. Let's go on the second one. Okay, what we did right now is to analyze the campaign. Now we need to go to a deeper level, which is the keyword level. So we want to analyze our targeting tab. So on our side, we use our software to do that, but you can do the same with Amazon. So here you can go in the targeting tab and analyze all the keyword in your account. And what we are going to do, we're going to do the same exact thing we discussed before, which are to apply the same filter we did at the campaign level, but at the keyword level. So what we are going to do, we're going to select data range lifetime, and this is the power of this table, that we can see lifetime data for all our targeting. So here we can see all our keywords that we are targeting, and we can select the target active status enable. So here you need to select target active status enable, campaign active status enable. And what we're going to do, we're going to do the same exact filter, which is equal to 0, says equal to 0. And now what we are going to do, we're going to do the same exact process, which is let's analyze all the keywords that spend the most and that are enabled that we should not spend on. And so here you can go through all the list of targets that you have here and see if they make sense to spend on this keyword or not. And if it doesn't make sense, you can stop the keyword or you can decrease the bid. If it's not relevant, I would suggest to decrease the bid, to stop the keyword, sorry. But this is the first filter we want to use. The second filter is the exact same thing. So we go last 7 days, we sort by spend, and we want to analyze again if our keywords are relevant for our product. So here we have all the keywords, all the targets where we spent the most, and we got, and here we can see different metrics. So we can see the bid, how much, what is the CPC, and if they're relevant for our product. And if we see that something is spending too much, or the CPC is too high, or is not relevant for the product, we want to take action. That could be decreasing the bid, stopping the keyword. I would not suggest to stop the keyword for a target that is spending the most. So I would suggest in this case to decrease the bid if you need to take action. Or if a keyword is a discovery keyword, so keyword and search term are different, go and analyze the search term, which we will do in a second. And And so yeah, so analyze all the keywords that are spending the most here. So analyze the top 20, top 30 keywords spending the most. And if you are able to optimize these, you will optimize the ACoS as well. So again, we want to find problems and we want to fix problems. And in this case, we want to find problems with keywords that are spending a lot with high ACoS that we should decrease the bid or we should stop. Okay, the last filter, as we discussed before, is ACoS. So ACoS above 80%. So now we're going to analyze target with ACoS above 80%. And as you can see here, we have plenty. So we have also automatic campaigns. So here for automatic campaigns are not helping us on improving the ranking. So for sure, we want to be profitable with these campaigns. So here for sure, we want to decrease the bid. And if you decrease the bid, another tip, I would suggest to take action by decreasing the bid by 10 up to 20%. Decreasing the bid by 20% is quite a lot. So don't go too aggressive, especially if the target or keyword is getting a lot of orders. Okay, so again, sort by spend. Remember to sort by spend and analyze all these targets. Okay, amazing. So the first step was to analyze the campaign. The second step was to analyze the keyword. The first step, the third one that we want to take will be a layer below, which is to analyze each search term in the account. So we did this analysis on this way because we don't want to start analyzing the search term into one campaign and then stop the campaign. So it doesn't make sense that we spent a lot of time analyzing this search term. For that reason, we did that in this order. So first we analyzed the campaign, after we analyze the keyword, and finally we analyze the search term. How can we analyze the search term? So if you don't have any software, we use our internal software and scaling sites to do that. But if you don't have any software, what we suggest to do, you need to go here under your report. So click here, sponsor ads report. And what you need to do, you need to download a search term report for sponsored product. Then you need to do the same for sponsored brand. So here you need to select sponsored brand search term and download this file. And then also for sponsored display, you need to go under targeting. So no need to do for sponsored display since targeting and search term are the same for most of the time and not always. But if you do that for sponsored product, sponsored brand is already good enough. So let's do it for sponsored product together. So I select sponsored product, search term, I run the report, so summary, last 30 days. Here you can use you can change the name, SP report, 30 days, okay, run report. Let's wait for the report, it should take a few minutes. Okay, we finally have our report, so I downloaded you should be able to download your report right now, and already open it on my Google, on my Excel file. And what we want to do now, we want to create a filter, so you want to go under data, filter, and you click here. And now sort this by largest to smallest. So you will be able to see all the search terms that are spending the most in your account. This is quite a big account. So we have a lot of search terms. So in total we have something like 32,000 search terms. And obviously I don't want to ask you to analyze all 32,000 rows, which will be the best analysis to do if you want to really clean your account. But what we want to do right now, we want to analyze the search term with zero order. So we want to go here, search term with zero order, and here we can see that we got 23,000 search term with zero order in the last 30 days. For such a big account, it's normal to have all of these, and I'm quite sure that across these 32,000 search term with zero order, we have some search terms that are not relevant for our product. So what we want to do right now, we want to go through especially the search terms with the highest spend that are not relevant for our product. So here we can see another column E, our customer search term. And if we see that some of these search terms are not relevant, we want to add them in negative phrase, in negative exact inside the ad group level. Negative phrase is very dangerous, so do not do that if you don't know what you're doing. So if you see that a search term is not relevant, so let's say that we find that this search term is not relevant, this row, What you can do, you can find the campaign under the column E. So here you can find the campaign. So let's say we need to find this campaign in the advertising console. I found the campaign in the advertising console by searching the name here. Then I'm going to open this in a new tab. And what I can do, if we have only one ad group, like in this case, I can add the negative keyword here. I can add the negative search term that I found in my file. So here, I can add the search term I found under the column E as a negative exact inside this ad group. So let's say that I found search term is not relevant. I can add this, add keyword, and I can add this as save, and you will see not relevant, so you will not spend any more for this search term in your account, and you can always archive this search term if you did a mistake, so don't worry if you do a mistake. Okay, so this is the first filter, so sorted by spend, total sales grade equal to 0. The next filter we want to do, we want to sort always by spend, and we're going to use the same filter we did the last time, which is ACoS greater than 80%. Oh, sorry, I used total sales. Let's use ACoS here. Greater than 80%. And now you can analyze all these search terms. So in total, we have here how many? 600 search terms with an ACoS above 80%. And if you optimize this, your ACoS will decrease. And the last filter we want to use is only sorted by sales. And you want to analyze all these search terms with that are spending the most and see which one has the highest ACoS and if they're all relevant for your product. So if you follow these 3 steps, so analyzing the campaigns, analyzing the keyword, analyzing the search term, you're going to analyze all your accounts and you're going to see all the problems in your account. Not all of your product, but the most important one. So, because if you have campaigns that are spending with no orders or campaigns with crazy ACoS and you don't know why these campaigns are running, you can take action on this. Same thing for at the keyword level. If we have keywords with very high ACoS or no sales or that are not relevant for our product that we're still spending on, you can find the problem and you can fix the problem. The most difficult part in the advertising console is to find the problems. So thanks to these 3 steps, you should be able to do that. And I really hope this will be helpful for you and your brand. Thank you for watching until the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.